if Massive were to qualify, Massive could just take this win.
Definitely. You know, it's Monaco. You don't even need to be the fastest person. You just have to have the best strategy.
Yeah, because it's really difficult to overtake around here. Only place you have is the sh front straight and the tunnel. Other
And
than that, there's
possibly the
nothing.
tunnel. And
That's
then
a
there's other
possibly.
riskier places to overtake, but you don't want to throw your car in there.
I mean, you could try to overtake through to the chicane, outbrake them going into the chicane, but that's it.
Yeah, or if you dare try it, you could try and move through Raskas into the final corner.
Could do that. You could try to move through the where the hairpin is and just send a cheeky little send down there. Might have to be very careful, but you could get it done.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of places to overtake, but very risky places, and I don't think we'll see drivers really go for that.
Fair enough, yeah. As you gotta also remember, we do Monaco under the lights here in FWL, which makes Monaco that much better.
I did not know we did Monaco under the lights. This is great to see. I love seeing Monaco at night. Such a good track at night.
So amazing. It's
It
just
is. I
they
would love to see
never
them
do
do
it
it.
in real life.
I would love to see them do it in real life.
It would be cool.
It would. Drivers would probably complain.
Yeah, 'cause that race would probably be what, around midnight local time.
Yeah, seems about right. Midnight local time.
Also, that's who J Rock was. He was Rocka's engineer, but
Oh,
Jim Cab removed him from the lobby.
Rocca has an engineer?
Yes,
Well, damn.
that's what I got from that.
That sure is interesting. It'd be interesting next season to see if we end up we would get engineers. Imagine that, one engineer per team.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting to see how that would play out.
Let's check who we actually have here today. We have LMT, which is a face I haven't seen here, or at least not in a while. We have last week's race winner, Imola, one man. We have a new face of Tiny Lucky Dog, who I believe you haven't seen either.
I don't believe so. I think this is his first race with us. I can check.
Oh, it's what a first race to debut on Monaco. Of course, we got Brown Spuns, we got Rocca, we have Migs, King Hamilton, Lobster, KDM, Jim Cab, Miami race winner Lita North, Massive Nookies, and Crazy Carter. So I think I'm gonna go on board with the Alpine here. I think he's already, yep, he's invalidated. But to be fair, I think he bailed out of that lap before
So
the
as I
hairpin.
see, Tiny, I'll call him Dog. Uh, or just Tiny. I'll call him Tiny. Tiny joined the league on the 15th of May, and I don't believe he attended the MLO GP. So this should be his first race.
Copy that. We'll see how he does. It's quite a race for a driver to make their debut at. Oh, the moment we're waiting for. Massive Noogies is on track in
Massive
qualifying.
Noogies is on track. Holy.
We knew he'd have to qualify if he wanted any chance at that title. And he knew himself. He couldn't just not qualify. Or maybe it's just a tease that he's just going for an outlap. And that he'll come into the pits at the end of this lap. As one man sets the pace with the 1:10.8, which is about 4 seconds faster than LMT. 3 seconds faster than Lobster, but to be fair, you have the ERS here to do 2 push laps in a row if you want. So I'm pretty sure they're all going to be pushing for one more lap.
Apparently, Tiny's first race was in Imola.
Oh, so he did race last. He did
Yep,
race last week. Okay.
he raced last week. We have LMT who cuts the chicane.
So one man's retired from the session. Has he crashed? I think he's crashed.
Oh no, can't find it.
Where's Migs? Oh, that's the other
Yes,
pit, I
he has
believe.
crashed.
Oh.
Migs drove right past it, and
Oh, I
a
see the
40-pound
debris.
lobster is also out. I'm also assuming a crash it was.
Yes, same place.
Same place? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Um, so we have 2 crash outs. We have Migs who sets the pace with a 1:10.6.
So we're gonna go on board with
Legacy.
Massive Noogies here.
Alright, while you do that, I'm gonna send our good friend Legacy a invite.
It's a 52-6 split for the second sector. For no lockups, good driving. Hit that apex very well, and it's a straight line to the finish flag. Pace goes P3 with a 1:11.2. I think Mix is going for another lap where he's going even quicker. As he goes 3.5 tenths faster, sits at 1:10.2.
Beautiful job from
Almost gets
Migs.
it
We
all
have
wrong.
Massive who actually did set a lap.
KM
Massive,
slots himself P4.
very close to Massive. Massive is about a second away from Migs.
I'm pretty sure from 5th all the way down to 9th, we haven't really seen their competitive actual lap time yet. Pretty sure we'll see that on their second and third runs. So KDM's going 3 tenths faster in the first sector alone, as this Ferrari just gets out of the way. See if that costs KDM any time. It's 2.5 tenths up still in sector 2. So he cuts the swimming pool chicane though. And that's an invalidation for our championship leader. Raka, who's also invalidated on his second push-up.
Massive
See
just a
who's
little slower
actually
than
on a
his
lap.
last lap. Massive is on the lap. Never mind, Massive has abandoned the lap.
That's what it looks like, yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he got blocked by an Alfa Romeo.
I'm guessing that's LMT, as he's the only Alfa Romeo we have.
We have Roca who's on the lap.
3.5 cents up. As we just missed Brown and Sponge, who puts it P5. think we're about to get a lap here on the board from Tiny. Never mind, that's an invalidation. Now he's starting his actual lap.
There is a tire in the middle of the track again.
Ah, haha, great game.
Great.
As our friend Legacy. Oh, so we cut to our friend Legacy in the wall. Backwards.
And we just drove by Legacy at the moment, and Roca will go on to put it up in P7 with a 112.3. Let's see, who
I was
else
gonna
is on
say,
the
we just
lap?
noticed our friend Legacy joined the game, and we cut to him being backwards at the final corner.
We have Tiny, who's continuing on their lap. Tiny in the Red Bull, second race for FWL. Where will they put it at this flying lap? Currently fastest in Sector 2.
Interestingly, goes down the first gear there.
And that last corner, I love going down the first gear. I feel like it helps a lot. It's good enough for P7 with a 112.
112.7. It's Cadium's light lit the first sector up. 2 tenths up. But he is locking up. This is quali, so you take all the risk, and if you go faster even whilst locking up, then, well, you'll go for it. Be nice for this Alfa Romeo to get out of the way. Which, I don't know why he just didn't stay out of the way there, but as long as he doesn't get caught, it'll be fine. That's a good swimming pool for Kane! KDM's just gotten blocked by an Alfa Romeo. He still
There
puts it
will
up
definitely
4.5
be things
tenths
said
faster.
about that.
Oh, as the Alfa Romeo's just put it into the wall.
I feel like
That's
there's definitely going to
LMP
be things said about that
1986.
one. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah. With evidence there, with KDM being held up, and like we
Oh yeah,
saw
and
earlier with
he clearly
Massive being held up.
moves. Oh no, but he also clearly moves. If you notice, KDM tries to pass him and he like cuts ahead.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a penalty coming his way. As Carter will put it up in P12 with a 115.0.
I feel like, well, I don't feel like I know. He definitely could have got out of the way at the into the hairpin, as now he's just cutting the track.
And Hamilton puts it up in P11 with a 114.0. Went 1 second faster than his last lap. As we have KDM who on a slow lap. We have We the North in 4th place on his outlap. Brownness on their outlap, and Massive on his outlap. Hopefully they don't block anybody. They can't block King Hamilton, they can't block Crazy Carter, so everybody else is on their outlaps.
Let's hope that Alfa Romeo will stay in the pits. As I think KDM has backed out of this lap. Although to be fair, I don't think he was pushing this lap. I think he was just using this lap to build up more of the battery. I think King Hamilton's gonna go faster here to put himself ahead of Jim Cab here. And ahead of
King
Lobster.
Hamilton up to P9 ahead of Lobster and Jim Cab. 113.7. As we have the Aston Martin of Brown as Buns on a lap. He's currently 1/10 faster than his previous lap.
Just hope Tiny needs to get out of the way here. And And he's not done that. And that's just ruined the Aston Martin's lap. That's just ruined the Aston Martin's lap there.
And Brown and his Buns was 4 tenths up before coming into the pits.
He got
That
blocked
has
by the tiny.
ruined. As we cut to Hamilton smacking the wall. So we have Tiny out on their lap, who's already abandoned their lap because they're already 2 tenths. We have Legacy, who's finally on their lap. Nope. No, they're not.
So who's actually on a lap here? Massive is on a cool lap.
Massive will start his lap right about now.
Tiny's on a cool lap. I think Raka is on a cool lap as well, okay. Jim Cab might be on a, I think he's on a push lap, yeah.
Just be right on board with Massive. The Alpine barely gets out the way, almost collisions with Massive.
It was just a little bit down, under a 10th down. That's Massive. Oh, he cuts that chicane too much.
And that is a invalidated lap.
So if I'm Massive, well, actually, I got 2 minutes here. Plus the time it takes to get in and out of your garage and put the new tires on.
Massive's gonna
Probably
go.
wouldn't be wise.
It's not wise to go for it, but here we go with Massive.
Watch that as I watch Miggs invalidate his lap at the same corner. He was going
They're trying to
marginally
cut
faster.
He's trying to cut that chicane a little too much to save a little more time. It's costing a lot of people.
Yeah, and I know you're fully aware, but like you can cut that chicane and not like cut it.
Yeah, you can,
If you
but
know what I
it's
mean.
also very hard to. It's very hard to do it consistently without invalidating a lap or getting a track penalty.
Fair enough, yeah, so that's why we'll see most likely in the race not take that risk. As I think as this is Wheaton North being, well, I mean not really blocked, it's just an unfortunate situation as the Alfa Romeo is also on a push lap.
And where does Massive put it? Massive will put it in P4, barely advances from where he was.
And that's the final effort we're going to see from Massive here, as he does not have the battery to go again.
Great shot from Massive, as we have Migs, who is on their lap, improving, not by a tenth, but
That Haas
he
needs
is
to get out of the
improving.
way!
Actually, the Haas was already slowing Migs down a lot, because it just popped up when Migs 8 tenths slower this lap.
Fair enough, and Nick's, yeah. He'll get to the line just about to start that last lap. Though with
He
only
doesn't have enough
30%
ERS.
battery. And so I have KTM here in Sector 2. He's marginally up on his Sector 1 time. And if he can at least... That's all he needs to jump ahead of one man right now to start P2. And starting on that front row is crucial, because if you get that better launch into turn 1, that is the race lead for you, and you control the race there effectively.
Yeah, but it's also praying that somebody doesn't mess up in the middle part of the field. A single lockup and it'll be carnage.
As actually, we missed Weeder North going second fastest.
We the North up
110.4.
into P2, KDM up into P3. Beautiful efforts from these guys.
And you know, you said Niggas doesn't have enough battery. He's 3 times up.
And we have Miggs who will bring it to the line. Where does Miggs
On a
stand?
109.9. The first and only person to put it into the 1 minute nines here tonight.
And where did Miggs put it? A 109. Jeez. 5/10 ahead of the rest. All he needs is a good strategy, and it'll be
And a
Miggs on
good
top.
launch. So that is your field. Although it's said that a majority of these guys could have gone a lot faster. As Weeder North, he had limited battery on that lap. Well, I guess I could say the same for Miggs. He probably could have gone faster than that as well. KDM Shirley, one man only got one run, so he definitely would have improved at least P2. And you know, Massive got held up. He probably got on faster. Buns could have gone faster. Story of what ifs.
Oh, so this is what happened with one man. He pinged you, and I didn't get to read it, but he tapped the wall, and his tire just like blew up.
So that was the tire. That was the tire in the middle of the track. Or was that someone else?
No, that was the tire in the middle of the track from one man.
Yep.
Um,
So I'm trying to remember when's the last time FWL ran in Monaco. I think it was back in F122.
that's a long time ago.
Wonder if we'll see any turn one shenanigans.
I hope not, because that means we might end up getting a safety car.
And you know, as Jeff the engineer famously says, no heroics in the sand of art, please.
Yep. Who knows? We might see some heroics going on in the Sandoval.
But for real, please, no heroics, guys. It's a long race. It's hard to overtake, but still a long race. You can get someone on the strategy. You can potentially overcut and get out of the car that way as we have formation lap. Yes, we have formation lap. All right. As I think one man thinks this is an actual race. As he got ahead of the Ferrari there. Then he just spun it into the wall. It's not the best for tire temps. Not the best tire temp strategy. As let us have a look at starting tires. So yeah, that's as I thought.
And what are the starting tires?
A majority of people are on the hards, and 3 people are starting on mediums. That is KDM, King Hamilton, and LMT in the Alfa Romeo, all on mediums. Everyone else is hards.
Okay.
So should still be a relatively still easy one-stopper race. Hards to mediums, mediums to hards. So these front two are same tire, so it's just all about the launch they get. If Wheaton North even has a semi-decent launch compared to Migs, he's gonna be prime position on that inside, taking the lead and going up the hill to Casino Square. Getting ready for the crown jewel of Formula One racing here at night on the streets of Monaco. As we should have the last car back of the grid now. We got green flags at the back. Let's see how this launches. 4, 5, 4, 5, red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. Migs gets that better start. KTM on those medium tires on the inside of the Alpine.
KTM goes down through the inside. KTM gets ahead. And as we had no heroics into turn one with 0 incidents. But we do have some of the field breaking off.
As I think the two Alpines! That's Wheaton North going into the wall there.
Oh no.
As there's some contact in the hairpin as well. Stack up.
Oh!
Did I see the car? Did I see
There
a
was
car
a
on its side?
stack up. The Alpine got lifted. The Alpine of Wheeler Nord just got lifted up by Jim Cab.
Okay, so I did see that right. I did see a car on its side. That's who he almost hits the back of Jim Cab there.
And we still have Miggs who's taking off at this current moment in time.
This Tiny is actually all over the back of Massive here for P4. So I did not expect that. Is he going to try moving the Sandoval? No, he's not. And Nick's already broken that 1 second barrier. Like we expected him to do, unfortunately.
Miggs has broken free. Do we have anything going on? We have Tiny who's 5/10 away from Massive. Massive looks to be struggling a little bit for pace.
This Tiny tags the wall there a little bit in Sector 2. Also, I didn't know if you heard that or not, but Wheaton North had damage on lap 1 going into
is that what
going
happened?
to Sector 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you say it's Alpine in the wall, so that clarifies which Alpine.
That was it was the two Alpines. Oh, it's Alpine team principal. Well, they didn't really make contact, but like, I think Wheaton North was a little too ambitious on leaving the space. Left so much space that he accidentally put himself into the wall. But a safety car, he'll be back in the game if there's a safety car.
Monaco is known for having safety cars, so I wouldn't be surprised if there is one.
So the closest battle actually is Brown and Buns and Tiny. He is within that 1 second, as that's a lockup from the Red Bull ahead. There is only one DRS zone on this track, and that's down the main straight. But if you have the ERS and a good slipstream down the tunnel, then you can certainly go for a move into turn 9. It's KTM's actually going back into that 1 second range, and as I say that, he's back out of that 1 second barrier.
Do we have anybody else within that 1 second barrier? No, we do not.
The battle for 10th place.
Ooh, we do have something going on.
These guys are both on hard tires.
Stuff.
or I should say the battle for P9. So all these guys are in DRS.
We got a nice little DRS train going on.
And I think Crazy Carter's AI is actually driving error. Is that car? Yeah, that car is ghosted. I think Crazy Carter disconnected from the session.
That would
Let's
be
look at how
his
much
third
closer these
time.
cars are to King Hamilton here.
Following, I'm on board with the Haas at the moment, watching this unfold.
So we're gonna ride on board with the rear wing of King Hamilton here. As it's to note that Buns is back within the DRS of Tiny here. I'd be curious to see where Lobster will pick his moment to try and pass. If he's gonna try it at all.
Lobster with the better exit. Here we go. Down the straight. Lobster does not have anywhere to
Lobster
go.
thinks about it. As we have a yo, I
We
think that's
have
Jim
a
Cab.
Mercedes. It is the Mercedes of Jim Cab. He is in the wall, going up the casino area.
So I think we have a side by side.
Where?
Buns and Tiny.
Oh, I see it.
Hey, we're
Okay,
side
cool.
by side.
They are. And Buns is gonna go for it. Buns
Oh,
cannot get
just
it, but
gets
Tiny
chopped
locks up.
across. Also, by the way, I have no idea if this lobby is lagging at all, but from what I'm seeing, it kind of looked like it
Ooh,
as
collision
Buns
between
tags
these
it
two.
back.
Tag each other. I don't know if Buns has damage off of that, but there is a tag. Buns is so much more quicker than the Red Bull ahead. The Red Bull gets all squared up. Here we go. Up the casino area. I don't know what it's called.
Up to the casino square. As
Casino
oh,
Square.
there's more
Ooh.
contact.
Buns is trying everything to get ahead. And can't
It's
get
Tiny
ahead.
locks
The
up.
Mercedes, the Red Bull locks up again. Whoever's in front of these two is locking up, and it is the Mercedes Massive. We did North with a 3-second penalty for multiple track
As
infringements, and Buns gets
Buns
all out of shape right here. As we have
is
a 40-pound lobster who gets ahead of the
Alpha Tauri into
yes,
the.
the
Did he get it done
AlphaTauri,
into
yeah.
the hairpin?
Yes, the corner
Or
right
just
before,
before?
just before.
Oh, do you see any, like, is the lobby, are cars lagging for you?
Not really, but that's probably because I'm riding on board, because I'm taking the videos and all that. Roka looks to be
Fair enough.
looking to get a move on him pretty soon.
As Buns has finally got past the Red Bull of Tiny, lucky dog there.
Damn it, I missed it. I wanted to get that one. I missed it. Because we
As
have a
he
sector,
got
the
him
yellow
on the
sector
inside of
3.
Rasgas. We actually seen someone overtake into Rasgas. Red Bull
Are we
went
sure that
wide.
Crazy Carter is DC'd? We have Whedon North with a DNF.
I'm pretty sure he's DC'd unless he's just come back. Yeah, he's DC'd.
Okay, because he's like right with these ones. Roka, who's still looking to make this move down, still can't get it.
As we have North retiring in the pit lane. A Ferrari and a Mercedes. I think that's Jim Cag being lapped there.
That
by
is just kept
Migs.
being lapped. I was wondering what that was because they were riding so close together.
As Tiny is into the pits for a front wing change.
That's probably with the collision that came with Brownus.
And he puts on medium tires. Of course, he started on the hards, so he can't put on another set of hards. So we'll
Roca
probably be
has
seeing
to be getting
another pit stop.
frustrated. Roca is going side by
They're
side
side
up
by
to the casino
side!
square, and Roca gets ahead. What did I just witness here?
Just ever so slightly a little bit of contact. But that is good driving from the pair of them.
Really good driving. Apparently, KDM has a penalty. I didn't catch that one.
The penalty for the
I'm assuming track
track
infringements.
limits. As we're gonna go through a position change real quick. Migs is still out front as Buns now gets a 3-second penalty for cutting the track. KDM, One Man, Massive, and Buns are all at one spot. And Legacy Games is up 6 positions here, from P12 up to P6. He's capitalized on all the troubles for everyone ahead of him. Lobster's up 4. Roca and Hamilton are up 1. Tiny is down 3 at the moment. Crazy and LMT are up 2, and Jim Cabs is down 5. I think
Because
Tiny's
we have
probably going to try
Roca,
and get past
who's
the Alpha Tauri.
a little bit of contact between these two. Tiny's gonna try to.
Try around the outside of the
Tiny,
hairpin.
that's not the best idea to go for the overtake, but hey, we have Roca who's catching the Ferrari ahead.
These two are side by
Massive
side
lock
in the
into the
tunnel.
pair.
Is Tiny going to try?
And he can't,
He gets a
and
track
it's a
cut.
3-second time penalty.
It's
And he's
never going
trying
to work being on the
desperately to
outside.
catch up to the pack and can't because he's stuck behind the AlphaTauri. And he's getting frustrated. You can tell with the way he's driving.
He tries as he's briefly overtaken by the AI car.
There it is.
But
There's
he's got the
Tiny's
run now.
chance. And Tiny gets ahead. Tiny getting ever so frustrated. Tiny was getting frustrated. Almost proved him really, really badly.
So I think the Haas is getting in the DRS range. You
And
know,
we have
someone else
one
is getting
man
in DRS.
who's in the DRS range too.
Roca locks up really bad into the hairpin, into the chicane.
And one man gets all out of shape. But here we go. It's one man and KDM. These two have shared a great rivalry this entire season. And we'll see it continue on into our final race.
Oh, maybe be better now. As it's a brief, it's a little lock up from one man there into the chicane. Or it might have been KDM.
Getting all out of shape.
This is still the closest actual battle on track right as of right now.
It would be closer, but one man keeps getting out of shape. Legacy with a 3-second time penalty for multiple track infringements. We also have LMNT on the back of the AlphaTauri.
As one man has now fallen out of that 1 second barrier of KDM here. But he is on the better tire. He's almost to that point, the crossover point. If it's not already happened, where the hards are the better tire.
And Roca is getting closer to the Ferrari up ahead.
Let's say that one man is just a half second behind him again, and almost gets out of shape there. He's gonna have DRS. He is saving all his energy though. KDM was burning it. As of a yellow flag, I think that's for Legacy Games. It is for Legacy Games.
It was for
I think,
Legacy. It was
missing an endpoint.
Legacy being lapped, if I'm not wrong. No, not lapped. He was passed up by 40 Pound and Roca, though.
And Tiny
As
got an
one man is
right
back
end plate.
into that 1 second.
Right end plate damage for Legacy. LMT is just half a second back off of the AlphaTauri of King Hamilton ahead. No flag, that's Mercedes.
There's a Mercedes in the wall.
Oh, that's the gym cab. That's the Latin Mercedes. Alright, that's not massive. It's game on. Speaking of game on, one man is probably the closest he's ever been.
As he scrapes the wall, I don't know if you heard that. Oh, it's probably because I'm riding on board, that's why I heard it. But he has scraped the wall a couple of times.
Second gear for the hairpin. As he is all over the back as he barely scrapes the wall once more.
And we have a lock as KDM locked up. Here we got the swimming pool.
So now we have the battle for P6. As Tiny gets through there on Rocca. I think Rocca's just letting him by because there's no point fighting him since he's on the... He thinks there's no point fighting him, but it's Monaco. If you can hold a faster person behind you, do it.
Unless they get desperate and they start doing what Tiny was doing earlier.
He probably did see that, to be fair.
And
as one man
taps the wall again.
By the way, guys, Miggs is leading this race by about 10 seconds almost. 9-10 seconds. And he's on the preferred tire.
Miggs is doing what he needed to do. But the battle here is between one man and KDM for P2 in this race. As one man is definitely faster. So close. It is way faster than KDM. But KDM is doing a beautiful job at holding him up. As King Hamilton gets past LMT.
Is one man gonna try to move in the Rasgas? He thinks about it.
He tried it.
He actually
both
thought about
the AlphaTauris are passed. And one man gets all out of shape there.
And you know what this is doing? Massive Noogie was behind this duo by about 3 seconds.
And
He's half
Massive is
that,
stalking them right behind.
and he's ready to pick up the pieces.
Another 3-second time penalty for track infringements to Tiny.
Massive here is probably hoping those two ahead of him make contact. So they might have just done so there, as one man went really wide at the hairpin. So I think we have Tiny and Lobster around in the swimming pool chicane. That might have been Tiny getting desperate there.
We've seen him before with Tiny getting desperate. It could have been that same thing.
But I don't think there's any damage to either of the cars, so they're still good to race. As Roka's into the pits and putting on soft tires. That's bold.
Sauce to the end? That's really bold.
There's one man
KDM's
here.
doing a great job at keeping KDM at bay.
Oh my god, KDM is holding one man up a treat here.
And that's allowing the Mercedes to catch up. Because the Mercedes was 1.7 away at the start of last lap. The Mercedes is now 1.2 away at the start of this lap.
And that's going to continue to get down as KDM struggles on his older tires and holds one man up. As Mass is almost within that 1 second barrier now. As KDM hits the wall, this is a perfect chance for one man. Perfect chance for one man. As I think
And
Legacy.
one man go down. One man tries it.
He thinks
There was
about
no room.
Oh, he
and one
clips
man
that
gets all out
barrier.
of shape.
He
As
clipped
we
that
have
barrier.
an AlphaTauri in the wall of Legacy.
How that's not a safety car is beyond me. He's literally in the track on the track. I know it's reduced safety car, but he's on the track. And Massive definitely in this fight now. He's got DRS. He's
and
within
Massive
that 1
is
second.
now going to be able to join this fight. As Massive continues to play it safe, not put too much on the throttle.
It's pretty fun trying to see cars overtake here at Monaco.
And
KDM holding up a treat.
P8 and P7 are being overtaken, or are being lapped, which is Tiny and a 40-pound lobster.
Oh wow, up to as Lobster gets out of the way there. You really didn't need to get out of the way. You're ghosted, so he can just drive straight through you.
And these two are still going at it.
One man thinking about the inside again. So he thinks the better of it. As he almost loses it.
Almost ends up like Legacy.
It's about the 5th time we've seen that.
One man is
And he
pushing
tags the wall.
really
KDM
hard.
tags the wall.
Because one man has come so close to binning it in the wall so many different times.
It's also excellent car control by one man not to actually lose it. And you can tell
As
he's
we have
pushing how close he
Massive,
was to the barrier.
who's right behind.
And these guys are 10 seconds clear of the next car behind, which is Brownish Buns, who is 48 seconds clear of Crazy Carter. So basically everyone running their own race except for this little trio right here. On board with the Alpine, as he's farther back from the Aston Martin on this lap, but he closes up in the braking zone. Really closes up.
He closes up too much in the braking zone.
So we're gonna ride with KDM's rear wing here. Contact. I think here's one man. He might sense an opportunity here. KDM parks it well, and he's going into the box.
And that allows one man to just continue to push on.
See what tires
And he
is gonna be
hits the
hard,
wall.
and the front wing change for
Really hits
KDM.
the wall. And
One
now
man,
Massive is all over the back of one man because one man fucked up and he hit the wall.
from what it's looking like, he has no damage. Still somehow, that's deep in the hairpin. So one man, I don't think still has any damage, any visible damage, anyways. So he'll still get out ahead of KDM due to KDM having a wing change. I just
Roca
wonder how long these
approaching.
harders will stay out.
Roca gets ahead of
As we move
Tiny.
to 7th.
And we have Migs right up ahead who just lapped Carter for P6. Migs is doing a stellar job this race.
Buns, I got the buns getting all out of shape. Yeah, I'm just abusing.
And Roca gets
As Crazy
ahead
Carter's
of
AI is
Carter.
being abused right now.
And we have Massive who's just sitting there waiting for one man to make a mistake.
Waiting for that big mistake. Because I think now this is the second place guy, one man coming up to lap P9 Lobster. As Migs pits.
And Migs is in the box. Let's see how this goes for Migs.
One man is in, Massive is in. No one's gonna try and stay out and hope for a safety car.
The Mercedes needs a good stop to get ahead of the Alpine here.
I don't think he's done it.
Oh, has
As
not
I
done it.
think
The
he's
Alpine
maybe
stays
lost
ahead.
a little time. Brownus
Alpine
has
stays
stayed
ahead.
out.
Brownus gets ahead. KDM gets ahead of the both.
So this is
No,
gonna be tight on pit
one man
exit.
gets ahead. But here we go as they fight for it.
So
And one man gets all out of shape, but it's KDM who will stay ahead. One man will not be happy with that.
That is dice. That's a little dicey stuff there from Katie. One man, and one man's tires are not up to temp at all, and he is struggling to find that heat. He's too worried about KDM when KDM has a penalty. We should worry about Massive.
And here comes Massive.
Actually, I'm gonna check the warnings real quick. As one man, he is on 2 warnings, so one more, it's a penalty. And I think Massive has 1 warning. So he still has 1 to use.
Massive is a racer that I've noticed every time I've watched him. Keeps it really clean and rarely goes out of the track limits.
Oh yeah. So also just notice his driver number is 91. Same number as Schumacher's total win tally. As he's closed up here to one man. Well, he's within a half a second. But he's too far back at the hairpin to make any impression. As that's probably another warning for Massive though right there. Let's
Probably a
change
shit.
it a little too much.
Incidents.
Makes
It
fastest
was
lap.
not.
Oh, it was not. It's probably close though. I think Migs is retired. Has Migs just crashed? Our race leaders just crashed out of the race.
Oh no! All Mix had to do was play it safe. That's it.
See, I don't see any debris, but
And
he
that's
certainly
Miggs's race.
crashed.
We might have a
Speaking of
three-way fight for
debris,
the lead.
debris coming off the Aston Martin of Brownest Buns. Had some
And
contact
Miggs
there
is
with one man.
very upset.
Oh, one man's missing his front wing. Sorry to cut in there, Roach. One man is missing his front wing.
You are perfectly fine. The Alpine doesn't
As
have a
he was
front wing no
trying to get
more.
past Brownest Buns.
This is crazy stuff that we got going on for this race.
As one
And he
man,
hits
just be
the wall
careful.
again.
You got no wing. You got no reason to be pushing it. If you hit the wall ever so slightly, you'll probably be out.
But
Just
we
take
have
it
a
easy into
safety
the
car
pits.
due to...
Why is one man not coming in?
One man did come
Oh,
in. One man is in the pits. Browness has followed into the pits.
that's what happened. I don't know why. The game just
One man
disconnected
retires.
me.
Here, if the game disconnected you, there you go. We have a retirement from one man. And this puts the lead right in this puts the win in KDM's hands. All KDM has to do is keep it clean.
And keep Massive out of that 3-second barrier.
Oh yes, he does have that penalty.
I'm unsure of the gap right now, but when I get back in,
The gap is 2.6 at the moment.
so at the moment he's not
2.7.
doing enough.
You'd figure with Miggs's retirement we would have had a safety car, but I guess not.
Oh, there's debris on the main straight. I've just come back to cut down to there's debris on that main straight. As LMT, I cut to LMT who's missing a front wing. I'm thinking Lobster. Oh no, Lobster's just being lapped by the Haas. Oh, by the way, the Haas is in P4. And Jim Cab is P5. Remember Jim Cab, who was spun up in Casino Square, and then once more was facing backwards into the final corner, is running P5.
And in
Yes, there's only
P5, but
10
he does
runners.
have that penalty, which will end up dropping him down to P7 most likely, depending on how big the penalty is.
Although Crazy Carter will be disqualified for being AI mode. I generally don't know if he's still like. I mean, he's ghosted, so his driving inputs look like AI. So as Tiny got a bit desperate there and is going into the pits again, along with Jim Cab.
And Massive is gaining on KDM. Something might be wrong with the
Really
Aston.
gaining. I'll check to see if there's. I don't think there's has
There's
no
no wing
visible
damage.
damage. Is it just the tires? Surely not just the tires.
I mean,
Does he have rear wing damage?
We did see one man struggling with those hard tires.
Area. Rear wing damage, side pod damage, diffuser damage. Could be something we don't know. The hard should not be this bad though early. But again, it is Monaco, so even Massive is the ultimately way faster driver right now. He still has to pass.
Or he could just hang back and play it entirely safe and wait for KDM's penalty to be applied.
Oh shoot. I told yeah, that's right. As in other news, the Mavericks won game 1. For anyone that follows basketball out there, Dallas Mavericks have won game 1. Is Jim Cab within the DRS of King Hamilton? Yes, he is. As I think both of them are being lapped by our race leader? No, that's the other Aston of brownest buns. As Jim Cab, by being lapped, also allows Tiny to get through on him. But Tiny with a probably swath of penalties coming his way.
And here we go, down the main straight with Massive. Massive opens up that DRS. Does it do anything? No, it doesn't. He does not get close enough, and Massive is using
Jim
all of
Cab
the
goes
track.
down the inside! As King Hamilton's reset the track, so that's a penalty for King Hamilton. That was pretty late on the brakes there by Mr. Jim Cab. He tried to go the inside of the hairpin on King Hamilton. They collided. I think they might both be coming in. Well, Jim Cab's coming in at least. Is this to retire or is this just a soft pit stop? It's just a soft pit stop already. It's Tiny smacks the wall.
And it's still these two who've been fighting it out this entire time.
That's an excellent camera angle right there. As they come
Beautiful
through into the
camera
swimming
angle.
pool chicane. As I wonder if Massive even wants to try to attempt to pass the Aston Martin here. As the Aston will have a penalty applied post-race. But you always know in the steward's room that it could always be removed if there's evidence.
But it depends on how many he has for warnings. Because for all we know, he could be one more warning away from another penalty. And then he can't get it removed.
Well,
Same incident happened to Plube last season in Austin.
Oh, yep, I remember that. I ruled on that one. That one was pretty clear cut, though, I'd have to say. Through the tunnel we go. Massive is definitely, he's within 2/10. KDM.
Massive needs to play this safe. There's no point in risking anything. Beautiful camera angle.
As I think there's just a kiss of the wall there for KDM. As I think Rock goes into the pits, so this is going to be up to P4 who is lapped. Hadn't had such an instance where everybody but the top 3 were lapped since Austria 2018.
Also reminds me of Lewis Hamilton in Silverstone back in 2008. Where he went on to lap almost the entire grid.
Including his championship rival Felipe Massa. It's Massive. I think they both locked up there into the hairpin.
They both did. Massive does need to play the safe. It's either overtake or play safe.
If I'm Massive, I play safe unless a big hole opens up.
Or unless you're way faster than what KDM, and you feel like at any given moment you're gonna run into the back of him.
And like you have to pass him. As you've seen Rocca pass the ghosted car of Tracy Carter for P4. I might just run Monaco and I might just get a podium out of it.
Ooh, we do have the POV of Migs.
He
We
sent it
did.
in.
He sent it in. We do have the POV of Migs going into the wall.
Oh, we cut that. Ooh, we cut it, turned in
Ooh.
so too early. Into the swimming pool section, cut in too early. However, that is such a common mistake. Costly mistake, though. Yeah, how was that not a safety car?
Don't know, but here we go as we ride on board with the rear wing of KDM. KDM is still desperately trying to get away from Massive.
I feel like the inside racer of Massive wants to try to pass him and do something, but then again, the smart side of him is also thinking that he has a penalty,
Still
that he
seven
should play
laps
it
to go.
safe.
We'll see if Massive decides to do anything here.
As I will compare lap times real quick. As yet, Massive is on 2 warnings now, so he should play it safe.
How
He
many is
was 3
KDM
tenths
on?
faster than KDM that last lap. KDM is on, he obviously has that 3 seconds, but he's on 1 penalty, 1 warning, so 2 warnings more and he gets 6 seconds.
Alright, so
So,
there's no appeal for KDM then. They can't
well,
do
yeah,
anything.
yeah,
He has,
no, it wouldn't be any good.
yeah, it wouldn't be any good. Because if he gets one appeal, he still has that. He still has the other one. As Massive is starting to drop back, so assuming Massive is starting to play it safe now.
So they both lock up and Jim Cab is on the back of King Hamilton again.
We have these two good friends who have been fighting it out for this last position. What is it? P8. No,
P7.
P7. P7.
So I think Jim Cab might try something in the turn 1.
Ooh! Massive got all out of shape. Massive's pushed those medium tires to the last bit of life because Massive is getting all out of shape now.
He's definitely pushing. So Massive is
And
now hovering
Jim
around
Cab
that 1
tries
second
it down
barrier.
the inside. It doesn't work. King Hamilton gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Massive Niggas gets a 3-second penalty for multiple track infringements.
Oh,
Holy, here
Massive
we
got that
go.
penalty. Now Massive needs to push now, as they're lapping these cars for the 2nd time now. Massive now has to pass the Aston Martin if he wants to win. Yellow flag, I think that's for Tiny. As you can see, those front two both have a 3-second. Massive pushed just a little bit too much and got that warning. I certainly did not need. As KDM gets out of shape now and hits the wall.
KDM is playing it nice and safe though, because KDM's still only at 4 for track limits. It's either he forces KDM into he has to force KDM into a mistake.
It's now kind of like a Hamilton and Verstappen 2019 situation.
And he hit the wall. KDM hits the wall again. And that puts Massive. And KDM has to.
Oh, he has to cut the
track.
chicane. Massive goes through.
Massive goes through. Massive has to hold this entire thing very well for this win. And Jim Cab gets ahead of Tiny.
Tiny, I think that's about his 6th pit stop today. Oh, I was wrong. That's his 4th stop today.
A lot of pit stops today. As we have.
Did he just unlap himself from Massive?
He unlapped himself from Massive, but they are ghosted, so it won't prove a problem for Massive.
They're on fresher soft tires anyway, so should go off into the distance.
See, it's not like
they're not ghosted to each other though.
It's not like this is Jeddah and they're not ghosted and there's nowhere for Massive to go once that happens. And Massive has done what he needed to do. Massive has pulled away.
As Tiny unlocks himself again.
Of this race. KDM's not having it. KDM's starting to push. But it won't do anything unless Massive messes up in these next 2 laps. Your heart goes up for Miggs. Miggs drove an outstanding race.
That one small costly mistake just ended it.
Your heart goes out for Miggs this entire season. Miggs has had so many pole positions this season, and none of them have been converted into a single win.
As he said in the chat, he's the Leclerc of FWL, the real-life Leclerc.
As we start the final lap of this race with Massive Noogies, who's done what he needed to do this race, and as long as he can keep it clean this last lap, it looks like it'll be Massive on top. And we have a retirement, Tiny Dog.
Red Bull.
Right in front. Same thing that happened to Miggs just happened to Tiny. As we watch Massive drive by.
As Massive's, as you said, Massive's done all he's needed to do, but so has KDM. He's kept it clean, he's kept it controlled, and he is ultimately going to be a 3-time WTF Drivers champion. And back-to-back.
And back-to-back.
through swimming pool and now through Rask at a Rask-ass corner for the final time. And now through the final corner for the last time this season. It's going to be Massive Nuggies on top here in Monaco. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix. KDM closed down heavily there in that last sector, finishing within just a second of the Mercedes. Now we already, fourth down is already going to be taking the checkered flag, and we have Brown as Buns, who's going to be on the podium, but about 48 seconds off the leader.
It still was a good point. It is still good points for Aston Martin.
And I think that also, well, not also, it probably definitely wraps up the Constructors' Championship for Aston here.
If I'm not
Double
wrong,
podium.
it was all that was needed was KDM to get into the top 2 for constructors to be wrapped up by Aston. And beautiful job from Massive. Did everything he needed to do. Kept it calm, kept it complete this entire race. Overall, outstanding race from Massive, and it is a well-deserved P1.
Very. There is your podium here for the last time here in WTF on F123 as well for these guys.
And it's shared between 3 great drivers.
So Massive here wins the Monaco Grand Prix from P5 on the grid. And it's KDM who gets his back-to-back third championship in P2. Spuns P6 rounding out the podium. And everyone else, fourth place down, is all lapped. Rocca, Crazy Carter, who was an AI, so probably gonna be DQ'd. We got Jim Cab P6, Lobster P7, Hamilton P8, and Tiny still classified in P9.
Beautiful stuff this race. Honestly, it wasn't as dead as I thought it would be. Good
Fair,
action
yeah.
through some of the laps, and honestly, it was good. As we have KDM who said, "Thanks, I suck here." So
Well, he kept it clean and under control.